All change at UKIP. Diane James quits and Trump calls for Nigel Farage to be ambassador. Was it or wasn't it a goal? Controversy at Basingstoke. And Winchester Christmas Market is back and it's bigger and better than ever. Good evening, I'm Georgie Wingrove and welcome to Winchester News Online. Another high-profile figure has left UKIP. South East MEP Diane James has announced she's quitting the party less than 7 weeks after she stepped down as leader. I'm joined by our political correspondent Bethany Waring. So Bethany, why has she left the party?
Well, it doesn't really come as much of a shock. She stepped down as leader because she didn't feel like she had enough support from the executives of the party. Now she's left the party altogether because, in her words, her relationship with the party has become very difficult. So how is this going to affect UKIP? Well, it's going to be a blow, of course, but it's not the main story coming from the party at the moment. That's that Donald Trump has called for Nigel Farage to be the UK ambassador to the US. The government says it's not going to happen, but with politics as it is at the moment, who knows? Thank you very much for that, Bethany. And in other news, Storm Angus hit England over the weekend. With strong winds and heavy rain, floods seem to be likely. Letty Buxton tells us how it's affected Winchester.
Wet and windy, Storm Angus, the first named storm this autumn, has swept the nation with heavy wind and rain. The weekend saw winds reaching up to 80 miles per hour in some parts of England, and this week the Met Office issued weather warnings. Historically, the River Itchen in Winchester has burst its banks many times, with the highest level of floodwater recorded in 2014. Winchester County Council, Winchester City Council, the Environment Agency and the University of Southampton have developed a floodwater management scheme in Winchester to try and combat the floods. Councillor Frank Pearson has advice for Winchester residents.
If you do have drainage ditches at the edge of your property, please make sure they are cleared of debris, cleared of garden refuse, which you may have been putting into them, not thinking how important those drainage ditches are. Get those cleared out so the water can go downstream to the nearest river course. And then, of course, put your own personal flood defences in place, waterproof the lower section of your outer walls, make sure you can block your air pipes. If you live in a house which is likely to flood and people know who they are, then you even put up mini dams across doors.
The floodwater management scheme could help put a stop to the River Itchen flooding in Winchester. Letty Buxton, Winchester News Online, Winchester.
With more than 3 million visitors over the last decade, Winchester Market is a highlight of the Hampshire Christmas season. Now the people behind it are already looking to see how they can improve for next year. Our reporter Julie Lee has more.
Ice skating, mulled wine, and spending time with friends and family. All essential for getting in the right Christmas spirit. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the Winchester Christmas Market. After months of preparation, organizers say it's now bigger and better than ever. The cathedral, which runs the market, is expecting around 350,000 visitors.
People speak with their feet when it comes to it. You know, people come back time and time again. In the 10 years that we've been doing it, we think that probably about 30% more people come to Winchester at Christmas than before. It's got bigger. It's slowly. We started with only 30 or 40 chalets, and now we've got 100. We have a food court, we have bigger ice rink, we have all sorts of things. We've got a roof on our rink this year, so it's we try and do something new every year.
With stalls from around Hampshire and around the world, you can now buy everything from fake snow to exotic food.
We don't have one of these, so we've travelled from about an hour away. We don't have one in our town, so it's a nice draw.
We look at Southampton Christmas market, and now here in Winchester Christmas market, and tomorrow Brugge, and the next day Rotterdam. So we have a Christmas market tour.
Yeah, they're wonderful. I mean, good quality gifts. You have a choice, they're priced, and the rest is to you, something a bit different.
This market was recently named one of the best in the country, with millions of pounds due to be spent in the next few weeks. This makes the key economy in the city. This is Julie Lee, Winchester News Online.
A fleet of high-tech gliders are being housed in Southampton. The gliders are sent out across the oceans in a bid to measure different temperatures. Jack Sear reports.
The National Oceanography Centre in Southampton, home to the nation's very latest water robots. Recently, their Marine Robotics Innovation Centre celebrated its first year anniversary. This week, Winol went along to check out Britain's newest state-of-the-art ocean gliders.
So we look after a fleet of about 35 autonomous underwater gliders. They're made in the US. We run 2 or 3 different types, and essentially they're really long endurance, low power vehicles.
The gliders are used as a platform for sensors to explore different parts of the ocean for scientific research. They are able to stay out at sea for around 6 months and can also take measurements such as water temperature. Each glider cost around $150,000 to produce, and the centre based by Southampton Docks is tasked with making sure the gliders and other water robots are well looked after.
So although the majority of the marine and robotic machinery is out in use at sea, it's fair to say there's some pretty cool gear in the making here at the National Oceanography Centre in Southampton. Jack Sear, Winchester News Online.
From a love-struck snowman to a man on the moon, the John Lewis Christmas advert always promises to tug on heartstrings, but this year they're focusing on the funny side, and it's the wildlife in Hampshire that could benefit. Emily Mee explains.
Why live life?
This year's John Lewis Christmas advert may not reduce you to tears, but it will have you looking out for the wildlife in your back garden. The retail giants are working with the Wildlife Trust to encourage people to get involved. Last year's Christmas advert in support of Age UK resulted in a surge in the number of volunteers. The Wildlife Trust in Hampshire and Isle of Wight hope to receive similar support to help protect British wildlife.
It's a really important part of our British culture, and unfortunately with growing threats from loss of habitat and loss of food through development and other issues, we're losing these incredible species that inspired many of us when we were kids.
The Wildlife Trust wants people to help protect hedgehogs by cutting holes in garden fences. This allows them to forage through for food.
We've had inquiries about people wanting to know how they can help the species that they've seen, so we really hope it will continue through the rest of the Christmas period.
Hundreds of people are expected to march through Southampton this weekend. The event is being organised by Hampshire Reclaim the Night. The organisation wants to highlight the fact that many women and ethnic minorities feel unsafe when walking around at night. There isn't often too much to get excited about when mid-table clashes, but when Basingstoke Town played Stratford at the weekend, the game had everything you could want: a questionable equaliser and a dramatic late winner. Sam Waddington reports.
The home side looked to transfer their cup mentality to league performances after 2 defeats in the league. But it did not get off to the best of starts when Stratford's Richard Gregory scored his 3rd goal in 4 games. Defender Joe Gator came close to an equaliser for the Dragons soon after, but was denied by the crossbar. Just before the half-hour mark, it was another defender, Robert Atkinson, who scored Basingstoke's equaliser, albeit in debatable circumstances. The ball was judged to have crossed the line. However, even slowing the play down from this angle doesn't give conclusive evidence. If Basingstoke were in the Premier League, goal line technology would have given certainty. In the second half, it was the home team who came out stronger. Captain David Ray would have been disappointed not to put his side in front with this chance. In the final 10 minutes though, Basingstoke did score the winner, thanks to midfielder Nana Owusu's excellent run and finish. That was the former Reading Academy player's 4th goal of the season.
It was important we maintained a winning run at home, and we go into cup games after this, so a great win and a really good goal to cap the performance. Sometimes it's difficult for us to get that first goal. Once we got the first goal, I felt we would kick on and go on to win the game, and thankfully for us we did.
Basingstoke will now travel to Bath on Saturday in an effort to secure a place in the FA Trophy first round. Sam Waddington, Winchester News Online.
Local charities in Winchester are urging people to donate toys in the third year of a county-wide appeal. Jess Stiley has more.
The people of Hampshire are being encouraged to donate toys to the Hampshire Chronicle's annual toy appeal. Toys are being collected to support Home Start, Friends of Family and Basics Bank, charities who help families through hard times. The collection point can be found in the Waterstones bookshop in the Brooks Shopping Centre.
We choose to get involved because I just think it's a really wonderful thing to do. I know when I was growing up we didn't always have loads of money, and I think charities that can help out families that are going through tough times deserve all the support they can get. I think it's a lovely idea. So the very first day, the first chap that bought some toys into us bought 3 bin bags full of them and a box as well, and it's just escalated from there really. It's wonderful.
The collection, which is accepting donations until the 15th of December, hopes to give children who may otherwise expect little or nothing under their Christmas tree a special surprise. Jessica Staley, Winchester News Online.
That's all from us this week. Be sure to check out winol.co.uk for more. Goodbye.